Hello everyone. Well, I hope you're wondering what that introduction's all about. The reason is that I've got a few projects that I really have taken them as far as I can. They can be taken further, but it's not going to be me doing it. And I could do with a bit more shed space. Just bought one or two tractors that have filled it up. So I've sort of discreetly sold two or three tractors the way I want to see them go. And the Zetors, there's the little Zetor there that we turned into a 135. There was a problem with it in it had jumped, it was stuck in gear and I couldn't sort it out. I don't know Zetors. I was told how to do it, but it didn't work for me. And so it had to go. So here they are. There's two of them gone. I haven't got any Zetors anymore, but have a look at this bit. Right, these two are off to a new home later on. The tractors, I quite like them, both Zetors. One's a 35-45, and the other one's a 35-11. So they're both there. The 35-45, the four-wheel drive one, that's been made to look like a massive 135. We've had a lot of fun fooling people with that one. But I'm never going to take it any further, and I think we've run our course for having the fun with it. Although it's a useful little tractor. So it's a new home for the two Zetors. I've sold them to Steve Davis. Steve's been a friend of mine for quite a few years now, and he's done me a few favours, and he sold me one or two things cheap. So I've sold him the two tractors for virtually what I paid for them. The 135 one is we've had a lot of fun with that really, because it looks like a 135 until you look closely, and the number of people that have been fooled by it that think they've found something unique, it's quite funny. And I hope Steve's going to stick with it really, because he could turn it into a Zetor, but it would just be another Zetor, wouldn't it? So I'm hoping he's going to keep it going like that and have some fun with it. You know, it's his daughter's got a proper massive 135, and he's got a Zetor 3011, and I thought it'd be quite fun to have this thing stood between the two, and he could say he's been breeding from it. That's what you get when you breed cousins, isn't it? Anyway, so here it is. Steve's come to pick it up, and Giles Morecambe's with him. Although I don't think Giles actually shown in the film. He was keeping one out of the way. But they came with the two lorries. Steve's got this one on one lorry, and Giles had got the other Zetor and a tract he'd bought off me. And I'm not going to reveal which that one was until he's ready or I'm ready to show it. So we'll see. So here we go. This is Steve doing a loading demonstration. this Steve's way. As soon as he got the tractor home, he'd got to get at it. 8 came the spanners and started tearing it apart. What sort of probably spurred him on a bit was you can pull a tractor on with a winch, but you've got to try to push it back off. So we had to release the wheel before he could do it. And, well, there's a few pictures to show what he did. This is where a little bit of knowledge comes in useful. Where I had actually released a selectors, as I should have done, what I didn't know was there was a selector fork broken off in the gearbox, which Steve did know, or he found out, and he replaced it, and suddenly that problem was solved. But luckily he got spares there, so that was easy for him. So once he'd found the cause of the problem, it was easy, wasn't it? All he could do was put it back together, which of course he did. And he did one or two other little jobs on it while he was on his way, but it wasn't long before he got it out in the field and given it a drive round. I mean, there's still things to do on it, but I think, well, here you are. Have a look, see what you think. Now, if you look at the film, to some people it's quite obvious, but it took me a while to notice it. The 2 front wheels are actually different sizes, and although if you look at the tyres, they are the same size, but when you put them side by side, which obviously you can't do if they're both bolted to the tractor, there is quite a difference, probably 3 inches in height. Don't believe me? Rewind and go back and have a look. In fact, I'll show you a bit more film where you can see the 2 front wheels, and one is definitely higher. So now, luckily, this was picked up on Steve. The films we just seen, Steve took himself, and I've pinched him. The reason, but he showed them on Facebook, which is where I saw it, and he said about these 2 tyres with different sizes, and of course he got to find one, and the one he needed to match, which was nearly a new tyre, was a Pirelli Cinturato, and it was 20 inches by 8 inches, and they're not available. But guess who had got one? And the reason I'd got it was because when I bought the tractor in the first place, there was a spare wheel with it, and I didn't know it was the mate to it. And I kept it, but I never thought about selling it to Steve when he bought the tractor, because I've got some, if anybody come here, I've got quite a stock of tyres, and they've all got a job to do, and this was one of the ones that was sat there. So, of course, when he came on and said he needed this wheel, I thought, crikey, I think I've still got that. So I messaged him and said, look, I think I've got the tyre. And the next morning I went out and had a look, and sure enough, it was the mate to the one he wanted. So that afternoon, I'd say within 2 hours, he was out. I confirmed it, and then he was out and picked the tyre up. And I haven't got any more film of that being fitted, but I'm sure he'll fit it. Now, I'd quite a chat to him when he was out here, and there's one or two things wrong with that Zetor, but if you take off the Fergie stuff, there is no tin work. It's all gone, which is why I put the Fergie stuff on it. And the story behind that is that I bought the tractor at Ed Buckland's collective sale out at Fradden. I wasn't looking for the tractor, but at the time Ed was selling it, he was getting a job to get a bid on it because there was no tin work, and I started the bidding, and it just speeds the auction up. If you know something's worth money, there's no point in driving it down to the floor to have to come all the way back up again. So I started at a sensible price. I put in one bid, and away the bidding went, and that was it. And then at the end of the auction, it was probably 2 or 3 days later, I had a phone call from Ed. I was up country going somewhere, and Ed phoned me, and he said, that Zetor you bid on, the chap that had the final bid has not come forward with the money. And he said, if you want it, you can have it for the bid that you made, which was quite a low bid, really. But I didn't really want it, I've got to say, because it wasn't my type of tractor, and I know how rare the tin work is. But anyway, I said, yeah, okay, I'll have it. And but he said, you ought to go out there and look at it, because there's a tyre there, a new tyre with it, and it's going to disappear, which I didn't even know about. So I sent my mate Timmy out, and he went out and picked the tyre up. I was up country, I couldn't get back to it, and I said, just go out and pick the tyre up, have a look at the tractor, and then when I get back, we'll go out and pick it up. So that's what he did. He picked the wheel up for me, and it came home. When I got the tractor back, it started on the key, and it was a relatively good buy. Then I realised that at another Ed Buckland sale, it wasn't the same one, there was some 135 fiberglass wings and a bonnet, and it was gift money. Nobody wanted it, and I gave something stupid. I'm sure it was less than 25 quid for the 2 wings and the bonnet. No idea what I was going to do with it, but sometimes you've just got to pick these things up. That's why I got a yard full of rubbish. But anyway, when I got the two together, I thought, well, maybe that'll fit. So I added the size up, and sure enough it did. So I put it together. And I bought some new headlights for it and made it look right. And we used it at the rally for a couple of years, just as a ring tractor. I also got a 2-page feature on it in the tractor magazine, which I used to write for. And then this selector jammed on it, and it came back, and it was stuffed in the shed, and that was it. Well, because what I didn't know was the selector was broken, and so it just got pushed back, and that was it. And when I saw it the other day, it'd been in the barn, and it was under one of the rafters, which was full of pigeons, and these pigeons had put a pile of pigeon poo on the bonnet, and that's what spurred me to sell it, really. We did get rid of the pigeon poo, or most of the pigeon poo, before Steve had it. So that was a bonus. He could have had that bit of fertiliser. So that's the story of how I got the tractor, and where it's gone to now. Now, Steve has realised, he's put some posts on Facebook, and a lot of people have, you get the smart asses. Oh, well, it's not a Zetor, it's horrible. But somebody's made the very sensible comment that if you go there with a Zetor 3011, don't matter how good it is, it won't get talked about like that 135 will, because it's something different, and it's a bit of fun, and you'll have a laugh with it. And so I think, he needs encouragement still, but I think he's going to leave that as a Zetor, a 135. So just to confuse people, they'll see it and realised they'd been fooled, which is what's happened to me for the last 5 or 6 years, whatever I've had it. People have seen it. Oh, look, four-wheel drive 135. And I'll say, yeah, you go and have a better look at it. And then it takes them a minute or two, and it's not till they get back to the column change gear lever, they're, oh, no. Well, not oh, no. Oh, it's a Zetor. Now, I like Zetors. I've got to say, I do like them. I went to work on a farm when I was 16 in Devon, and they got 3 new tractors, and that was all I knew, 3 new tractors, and that's what attracted me. When I got there, it was 3 Zetors, and I thought, oh my God, you know, of all the things to come to. I just left a farm where their major tractor was a Roadless 95, a brand new one. There was 2 Roadless 65s and all Ford tractors up there, and you know, 2 Class Senator combines, and it was a bee's knees, but it wasn't the job. It was a good job. I enjoyed being there, but the money was crap as an apprentice, so I took this job in Devon. And then, because it got there and saw these Zetors and thought, ugh. But actually, they were good tractors, and we did an amazing amount of work. And when I eventually found out what the horsepower was, I couldn't believe it. You know, I thought the 35, we had a 35-45, a 30-45, a 30-11 and a 40-11. And I thought the 40-11 was sort of equivalent to a Ford 5000. It was quite a big tractor, and it did pull well. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for them, but you know, I've got too many Fords and other things in the shed, so I don't mind making a bit of space. And Zetors, like most communist things, they get a lot of it right, and some of it would be very wrong. That's why Steve likes them. he also likes Snuffields. You know, great tractors, but put together by a committee that never actually met. Anyway, that's enough piss taking. He'll do a good job to it. So encourage him to keep the tractor. If you see this blog, you know, I'm sure he'd like to be mentioned. And I haven't got any more film at the moment, but I will add to it as he comes on with it. So, you know, we'll just filter some bits and put on the end as a bonus. So yeah, so that's the story of the Zetor that's no longer here. Now, one more little bit of info to follow my Roadless 6.4 info, and I'll show you a bit of film with more progress, really good stuff, so you can have the first view.
Right?
Yeah.
That cold start jumped out. Well, a bit sticky there. Sound a bit choppy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I bet that's what it was. I bet those seats are rusted up. And it'll probably get better and better and better. Shed's full of smoke already. Alright?
Go on, try it. think our cold starts sticking in still? Do you think our cold starts sticking in a bit? Rev it up and leave it revving a bit. Just try it. Rev it up and leave it revving a bit. Lovely jubbly.
Compressor we can hear, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
What it is.
Yeah. That's good. All right, over and out. So there we are, a happy ending for the Roadless, or not ending, but we've got the engine running now, which is what we said we were going to do. We would have taken it for a drive, but I ordered some more bits and pieces from Agriline, and they're usually very good. Get the stuff next day, but their carriers had a problem, and we had a message say it wouldn't be there today, so hopefully it's going to turn up tomorrow, but I haven't got... The outsides of the wheels is not bolted. The centres are on there firmly enough, but I'm missing the 6 bolts that hold the rim to the centre. So if they turn up tomorrow, Ian's going to be here again tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get that together. We've got to do the steering link, and then now the tractor starts, we'll put the radiator back on it and connect some hoses up, get some water in it, and we'll see what it goes like. Well, I know what it goes like really, but just see how it steers. So a really good day today. I bought up at Malvern. I managed to pick up a manifold, the ill-fated manifold that my dear friend Timmy welded up and messed up. And I couldn't find one. I've been trying to find one for 5 years, and couldn't find it. And then suddenly at Malvern, up popped 2 of them. And I managed to buy one, which was cheap. I gave 180 quid for it, which seems a lot of money. But the piece that was, and it got a broken piece on it, but the piece that was broken wasn't broken on mine. So this morning, I had to go out. I had a doctor's appointment, then I had an appointment to see somebody. And so Ian was on his own, so he's managed to pull the whole thing apart. And I haven't got a picture of it apart, but he's got it to pieces, which is what we wanted, and we'll put the 2 together and make one good one, which puts the tractor right. And we'll have a box of bits which may help somebody else. I know they are like hen's teeth, and we'll see, maybe it can do somebody else a bit of good. So we'll see. I won't want 180 quid for the bits that are left, but if it can get somebody out of trouble, it'll be a good thing. So I haven't got anything to show on that really. So maybe find a photograph in a minute, but that'll be my end shot of what I bought. That's it really. It's just a bonus one for you this week. I got excited about the Roadless running, and I wanted to show what Steve had done with the 135. So there you are. That's bonus one, which I'll put out. Well, if I can get it on loaded tonight, I will, and we'll see you directly to the next episode of how the Roadless goes, or whatever we decide to do. Mustn't be ruled by these things. You've got to do whatever how the spirit takes you, and that's what they say. How the spirit takes you. The Roadless spirit is taking us at the moment. We might get fed up with it in a day or two. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please make comments. I like the comments. Press the like and subscribe bits on YouTube. And catch you directly. Cheers. Bye.